This is Derek and Blake from the DB Garage. Welcome to part 2 of the brake kit install, stop that brake kit install for the truck. If you missed part 1, the link is in the description below. Make sure to give it a like, share it with everybody. It's the unboxing part of it. But we're gonna go ahead and start getting to work on this truck, so let's get at it. All right, so before you jack the truck up, we're gonna go ahead and loosen the lug nuts on here so that way it makes it easier when we get the truck up in the air.
We're gonna go ahead and lift the truck up now. Was that rolling?
I hope I caught that. I just started it.
Oh, it was like paint.
All right, so Blake here is gonna go ahead and take off these huge dually extensions he's practically put on this. Now, what's the tip to help get these off?
Set your emergency brake.
And now for the spacers, because we know everybody's gonna say something about it, is the reason why they're spacers is because we got such a wide front. Now the back needs something to even out, if you will, the width of it until the rear long travel is purchased, which Blake has no idea yet, but it is in the works. All right, so there is a bullet hole here in between these two here. It's the smaller ones with the threads. We took a M8 by 1.25 bolt, probably around maybe by a 20 or something like that, 15, 20. But you just thread it in, and then you'll torque it down, and eventually it'll start to bring the drum out, pop it off. You just do that, and then you can just take a little pry bar and just pry the rest of the way and take it right off. All right, so we went ahead and took the shoes and all the brackets and springs for everything off. We've unhooked the brake line up here, up top here, and took the cylinder off. And we've got a hose holding up to where it slows the leak down a little bit. Now we're gonna take these two 10mm bolts off so we can help with the e-brake stuff to kind of get out of the way when we're gonna go ahead. And there's 4 nuts on the back here to hold the hub and the axle and everything in. We're gonna take those off, and then we're gonna go ahead and slowly pull everything out. Make sure don't get bent out of shape about it, but you're gonna wanna pull, when you pull the axle out, try not to bang it around a lot. I mean, everybody's going to, but when you do, just make sure you just ease it on out carefully, and then we'll get ready to go from there. All right, now we're ready to go ahead. We've got the 4 nuts off the back that hold the axle and everything in. It's gonna come out real easy, especially with this kind of pretty much new of a truck. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot here. Make sure to not bang it around as much as you can. And then when you take it out, you just turn it, set it aside with all your axle lube. All right, so to get the studs out of the shield, because the route we're taking, we're just gonna get these studs out real quick, is you're gonna take one of the nuts that's on the back of it, you're gonna just put it down somewhat on there, and you're gonna give it one good swift hit, and it comes right out like so.
And those splines are press fit in.
So then you just do that for all of them. And then, just make sure that once they get all 4, that That'll do it right there. All right, cut it.
So now we're gonna have to, well, we're choosing to cut the shield out because frankly we don't have a press and it's a Saturday, no one's open. This is the approach others have taken and we're gonna follow that.
All right, so after we got the studs out on there, now the shield is free. Now you gotta cut the shield. So Blake is gonna make a cut probably up through here and same on the other side. And that way we can just put the axle back in, start bolting her up.
Okay, this is the aftermath of one of the shields. Because like I said, we would have had to put the axle in a press to properly get that shield out in one place. I mean.
So we're gonna put some Loctite on here. As you can see, we're gonna get it kind of all over just to make sure.
It's good.
And then
Yeah.
we're gonna put the bolt like so. But we also got the bracket here. Blake, if you wanna back up.
Sorry.
Like up, and then the bracket's gonna go on like so. And we get the rest of our hardware, which they come with 6 bolts, 6 nuts, and 6 lock washers for, you know, one for each nut for each and washer for each bolt. And then we'll just tighten that down. You just do it one here, one in here, and then one around the corner underneath. And then once you get that done, then we can start doing brake lines and rotors and calipers.
All right, we're gonna compare the weight of the stock drum to the new rotor, just to see what kind of rotational mass we gain or lose. So we're at 20 on the dot with these stock drums. So I believe we're gonna be pretty close to what these rotors are. Yeah, so within a pound, not bad at all.
All right, guys, so what we did was we ran the brake line. As you can see here, we kind of bent the line just a little to get it to run down temporarily for now. Banjo bolt ready to go. And we'll do the bracket later. This is just to get it together. But here is the rotor on with the caliper. So all we got to do now is brake pads, and then once we get the other side done, we can bleed everything, and then we should be able to put the wheels on and see how she drives. All right, guys, so we got the brakes on. Rotor, we put the wheel spacers on them and torqued them down to 80 foot-pounds. I think they said about 73 will do it, but we just went a little more just to be safe. But we're going to show you what they look like here real quick. Here they are, all ready and done up. Lines on the back are ran. Wheel spacer on this side. I'm gonna come around to this side here. We're still a little messy, but wheel spacer there. Lines are ran on the back. Not too shabby. Now we're gonna put the wheel. We're gonna bleed them real quick, and then we'll put the wheels on and set her on the ground. And when you bleed them, the bleed valve is on. There's one on each side, one here and one over here, for the 2 pistons that are on each side. So you're gonna have to bleed it. You know, obviously, you know, as a future note for people, you know, that don't know or haven't done any or brake bleeding before. Farthest one from the reservoir is the one you bleed first. So, you know, opposite, if it's on the driver's front corner, then you're gonna do the passenger rear. But we're gonna go ahead and just bleed them real quick. We're not gonna show it because it's, you just open, you pump up the brakes 3 times till they're stiff, pop the valve open and then shut it until you get no air bubbles left. We'll be back in just a second here. Okay guys, we got the truck on the ground. Everything's torqued to spec. So we're gonna go ahead and take it for a test drive. And we'll show you a little bit right outside the house here. It'll probably be pretty dark. So we're gonna show you what it does stopping power wise, and then that'll be it for the video. I say she stops pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so we got the truck done. As you saw, it stops practically on a dime. But we did not put the Sequoia master cylinder on in this video. That'll be the next video because it's extremely late now and we're tired, so we're just gonna head to bed. But he says it stops just as quick, if not a little quicker, but the pedal's a little softer, so we're gonna go ahead and do the Sequoia master cylinder. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you got any questions, put them in the comments, let us know. Otherwise, this is Derek and Blake from the DB Garage, guys. Peace.